Okay, so my name is Dr. Julia Budnik, and you are joining us for SDS tutorial. We've started these tutorials when we went mainly into working online, sort of at the beginning of the first lockdown, and continued ever since, because lots of our courses are now available as recordings or online courses, and many other courses are run on Zoom. And as you probably know, lots of our courses are part of bigger BPS approved certificates and diplomas, and it is very important for us, as I hope for you as well, to create some sort of sense of knowing each other, that we can actually see you, ask you how you're doing, where you are in your training, and to give you the opportunity to ask us questions about specific topics. So we've started these tutorials, about a year and a half maybe ago, and I will take you through where you can see the calendar of the tutorials, but we are planning to change their format slightly, because the original idea was that we will be inviting people to the tutorials only if they have done specific modules on specific topics. So they could come to the tutorial and ask us questions about those particular topics, rather than running this tutorial as a mini training on the topic for those who have never attended it. So Paul will probably explain it better in a minute. We really want sort of to have a interaction, so we could talk both ways, and you could come with cases you're working on and probably having difficulties with, and we could discuss them. So from the next tutorial topic, we will try to introduce that format. And also, because we understand that it might be quite expensive, I will be producing special discounts for all the topics which will be covered in the tutorial. So if you're interested attending tutorial and the topic, it would be a good opportunity to buy them with a great discount and then come and discuss the issues which might have cropped up for you during the course. Just to help you find the tutorials, although we call them CBT tutorials, we're also going to open them wider to other certificates which we are running. So at the moment, you go into, I'll show you again, you go onto SDS homepage and you go into the news, and I'm making sure that tutorials are always on the front page. They don't go onto the further pages on the news. So you click on free CBT tutorials and you will see the list. On the 25th of April, we will be running a tutorial on ACT, Acceptance and Commitment Therapy, with Professor Nuno Ferreira, who's been doing presentations and masterclasses for us on ACT for quite a few years now. And I've listed here for you what courses will guarantee you an invitation to that tutorial. So you either need to do Acceptance and Commitment Therapy 2-day introductory course, that's a recording, or you need to have done ACT Practitioner's Toolkit and how to use it, or book on it for May. We are running it in May. And you need to do have done the live or book the recording of ACT for Managing Chronic Pain. So these 3 courses will guarantee you the invitation to that tutorial. I hope you understand what I'm getting at. So the tutorials will be for those who actually have done the courses and can ask questions on them. Then the same process for 26th of September. On the 20th of June, I don't have confirmed trainer yet. I hope it will be a BABCP president, Dr. Andrew Beck, but because I haven't had confirmation from him, I haven't put it there yet. And CBT for children and adolescents will be even wider range of topics, which will guarantee your invitations, practically everything you do on the certificate for CBT for children and adolescents. So that's the idea behind it, but I'm sure Paul will go through that again when he takes over from me. So Paul, how do you feel? Have I covered everything? Are you ready to take over?
Yeah, that's fine. I guess the only thing to add here is that obviously there are some folks who will have done particular modules quite a while ago, and they will obviously get automatic invites anyway. But for folks who have an interest but haven't done the module, it's just an opportunity really to catch up on that. But again, just to sort of emphasize the point that you're making, the whole concept behind the tutorials was actually in many ways triggered by the fact that some of our training, certainly at the time when the pandemic started, was moving to recordings and online. In other words, it wasn't live, and we were trying to figure out in our heads, how can we ensure that folks can basically have an opportunity of raising particular questions, concerns, practical considerations that might arise in that particular area, which obviously they can't interact with an online or a recorded version of the training. So that was the logic behind what it was that actually brought us up to constructing the tutorials. And we're trying to, as Julia's basically saying, we're trying to sort of refocus that really on the whole issue of both interaction and practical application, practical problems, discussion of how to deal with those particular problems, and so on and so forth.
I've just updated the list of tutorials, and I have put the link in the chat box. But as I've explained, you can always find the list of tutorials on our news page. So I hope we will see you there. So for now, if you can unmute yourself and say your goodbyes, and we hope to see you next month. Take care. Bye.
Take care, folks.